Johnny Manziel sends clear message to Shedeur Sanders amid Browns QB battle. After making a memorable impression in his NFL preseason debut, Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders had to sit and watch as his competition, fellow rookie QB Dillon Gabriel, also put on an impressive performance in his debut as well. Gabriel, who led Oregon to a 13-1 record and appearance in the college football playoff quarterfinals, completed 13 of 18 passes for 143 yards and an interception in Cleveland's 22-13 win over the Philadelphia Eagles on Saturday. "We have plenty to clean up," Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski said of Gabriel's performance, via NJ.com. "There are some things that I thought he did well. I thought our offense as a whole on third down was very good early, which allowed us to stay on the field because I don't think we were great on first and second down." While the consensus among most analysts was that Sanders actually played better than Gabriel, some are still convinced Sanders has an uphill battle if he's going to take Gabriel's spot on Cleveland's roster. Sanders has been harshly criticized more than arguably any other player this offseason, and if there's anyone who can relate to what the 23-year-old QB is going through right now, it's former Browns QB Johnny Manziel. Though Manziel was a first-round pick back in 2014 and Sanders is a fifth-rounder, both were extremely accomplished college QBs who entered the league with arguably more buzz surrounding them than anyone else from their respective draft classes. Despite Manziel's NFL career fizzling out after just 2 seasons, the former Heisman Trophy winner doesn't want to see Sanders experience a similar fate, which is why during a recent interview with USA Today, Manziel offered Sanders some sage advice. "Looking at it from an outside perspective, somebody that obviously has ties to Cleveland, just keep going, keep balling, keep trying to get better," Manziel told USA Today. "Eventually his day's going to come to where he is the starter there and hopefully he can make the most of it and he's got people excited." But Gabriel isn't the only signal caller Sanders has to worry about. Former Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco is expected to be named Cleveland's QB1, and Kenny Pickett, who's been the Browns' number 2 QB for all of training camp, is expected to stay directly behind Flacco on the depth chart despite not practicing much after suffering a hamstring injury at the start of camp. Which means Sanders, Gabriel and recently signed veteran Tyler Huntley are seemingly battling it out for one position. With just one more preseason game remaining, Stefanski admitted he wants to decide who his starting quarterback and backups will be so there's no uncertainty hanging over anyone's head before the team's final preseason game against the Los Angeles Rams on Saturday. "I want to get through the next couple of days, but certainly, naming a starter is something that we're going to do here sooner than later," Stefanski told reporters on Sunday. The Cleveland Browns have never been short of drama at the quarterback position. From the revolving door of failed experiments to the flashes of hope that never quite materialized, the franchise has worn its quarterback struggles like a badge of both pain and resilience. And now, with rookie Shedeur Sanders stepping into the spotlight, another intriguing storyline has unfolded, one that unexpectedly involves Johnny Manziel, the Browns' most polarizing former quarterback in recent memory. The unexpected voice. Johnny Manziel, once hailed as Johnny Football, knows the highs and lows of Cleveland better than most. He entered the NFL with swagger, a Heisman Trophy, and an aura that promised to shake up the league. But the hype turned to frustration, as off-field controversies and inconsistent play quickly turned the Browns' supposed savior into yet another reminder of the franchise's quarterback curse. So when Shedeur Sanders, son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, was drafted by Cleveland, fans and analysts immediately drew comparisons. A dynamic playmaker with confidence and flash, qualities Manziel once embodied, Shedeur was stepping into an environment where history whispered both caution and opportunity. And now, in the midst of a heated QB battle with veteran Deshaun Watson, Johnny Manziel has stepped forward with a clear message. "Don't make the mistakes I made. Cleveland will love you if you love the game. Block out the noise, earn their trust, and don't let anyone write your story for you." Those words, coming from Manziel, hit differently. More than advice, a warning. Manziel's message wasn't just casual encouragement, it was a reflection of his own regrets. For all the talent he possessed, he admitted in interviews over the years that his focus wasn't where it needed to be. Partying, distractions, and the allure of celebrity overshadowed the grind of football. Shedeur has the tools, Manziel added in a recent podcast appearance. He's got poise, accuracy, and he carries himself like a professional. That's something I never figured out until it was too late. The Browns community took notice. Fans who once wore Manziel jerseys now listened to his cautionary words, hoping Sanders wouldn't repeat the cycle. And in Berea, at training camp, Sanders himself was asked about Manziel's comments. "Johnny reached out, and I respect that," Shedeur said. "It's easy to sit back and judge, but he lived it. I'm grateful he took the time. At the end of the day, I'm writing my own story, but I'll take wisdom wherever I can get it." Browns QB battle heats up. The battle in Cleveland has been fierce. Deshaun Watson, determined to reclaim his franchise quarterback status, has shown flashes of his old self but still faces skepticism after a rocky tenure. Shedeur Sanders, on the other hand, has injected energy into camp, making throws that drew gasps from teammates and executing drives that showcased maturity beyond his rookie status. Head coach Kevin Stefanski has remained diplomatic, praising both quarterbacks while refusing to name a clear starter. But behind closed doors, whispers circulate. Shedeur might be closer to taking over than many expected. That's where Manziel's message resonates even more. Sanders doesn't just need to outplay Watson, he needs to navigate the pressure, the media circus, and the weight of Cleveland's tortured quarterback history. Deion Sanders' shadow. Of course, Shedeur isn't just carrying Cleveland's expectations, he's also carrying the Sanders legacy. Deion has been vocal in his support, reminding the world that his son is built differently. But for every supportive headline, there are skeptics who question whether Shedeur can escape the shadow of his Hall of Fame father. That's another point where Manziel's message struck a chord. Johnny knows what it's like to live under a spotlight, to have every move scrutinized, to be more than just a quarterback but a story. Shedeur is walking that same tightrope, only this time with Cleveland's fragile hope balancing on his shoulders.